Hey everybody, and welcome to 31 Days of Indie Horror. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and welcome to day 29. So for day 29, I decided to watch the Blumhouse movie, Evil Eye. So Evil Eye is like one of the Welcome to Blumhouse movies, and Welcome to Blumhouse, I don't know what it's really trying to accomplish except just doing a bunch of movies for Amazon Prime. The only thing I can imagine is the name Welcome to Blumhouse makes me think that maybe this is sort of if people want to kind of introduce people to Blumhouse, this would be the way to do it. People that maybe aren't scared of things too, like it's not terrifying, and Evil Eye is definitely not terrifying, and we'll get to that in a second. But like, it's not terrifying. It's not, it's not gory. It's not, any of those things. It's just like a welcome to this like introduction to kind of horror. And to be honest, this wasn't very horror-like. It had a little bit of suspense. It wasn't even like supernatural or anything. It was more psychological, and so it was more like a psychological thriller than a horror film. And this isn't really I'm calling this part of indie, but this is like high indie. This is like not like the low to no budget stuff that I was watching earlier. This is like higher end budget stuff. This is Blumhouse basically makes movies for like $1 million to $5 million. This probably cost them $1 million to make, maybe two. But it shouldn't have cost $5 million. This was not that big of a production. And the actors, I didn't recognize anybody. They were all Indian actors, and that doesn't necessarily mean I wouldn't recognize them. So I've seen some Indian movies before, but they weren't like the famous Indian actors that you would normally see and stuff. So to get into it, basically the story is about a girl who starts dating this guy who the mother starts to think was a reincarnation of the guy she murdered 30 years ago, who was like her ex-boyfriend, who was very obsessive and jealous and like got really abusive, and he would always say everything I did was for your own good, and that kind of creeped her out. And then when she she didn't accidentally, she murdered him, but she did it out of self-defense. Nobody was pressed charges, nothing happened. Then 30 years later, like 9 months later, he's born into this person, I guess, and then grows up. That's where I think it really like, it becomes this thing where I just didn't, it's not that I didn't buy it, okay? It's not that I didn't buy it. It's that I didn't like it. There's so much they could have done with the idea of reincarnation that it just got to be just melodramatic and kind of boring. The only thing that I liked was I liked the characters, and I liked the actors who played the characters. Like, I really enjoyed them enough where I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep watching. Maybe something cool will happen. Doesn't really happen till like the end. So like throughout the whole movie, you're waiting for something kind of cool to happen, and then it switches like 30 minutes left or so, and then that's when it starts to get like, okay, this guy is this person. I really was hoping that like they would take it in a different way. Like, had I written this, and I always kind of say that sometimes when I do these reviews because I'm a writer, especially in horror, so I always like to think like that. Like, how would I make this different? And what I would have done, personally, my own thing. Now, I'm not saying the writer didn't do a good job. It was based on her, like, Audible play or something. So, like, that's kind of cool. But it wasn't, like, okay, so let's take this, for example. So, my biggest thing with it is that reincarnation, the idea that I have is that you wake up and you have no idea that you're that person from a past life. You have no idea. Like, you don't wake up going, ooh, I think I'm gonna go find that person that pissed me off like 30 years ago. You know what I mean? And so what I didn't like about it was he knew who he was, right? And so that got me thinking, like, it would have been cooler if it were like a demon thing or a ghost thing or something. They didn't go that way. They went with reincarnation, which made it sort of like, no, I don't really buy that. Like, I don't buy the reincarnation thing. If they're going to go that route, it would have been cooler had he not known he was like that. He kind of had thoughts that, like, he knows this chick from somewhere or whatever. And so when he acts, like, obsessive and crazy like he was before, then the mother can get worried again for her safety. But no, it goes into this turn where it's like, oh my God, I know who you are, and I'm gonna stop you. And then him, I know who you are, and I want you, and now I'm with your daughter, and that's really weird. So like, I honestly was just like, it was not my thing. At the end of the day, is this something I would show people? Maybe if somebody wanted to see it and they hadn't seen it yet or something. Like, I wouldn't mind watching it again. Wouldn't watch it by myself again. Nope. Not interested in that. And I'm going to try, I might do a couple more of the Welcome to Blumhouse movies. Not sure whether or not I'm going to do them for the 31 days or if I'm going to do them for, because I kind of do it day by day. I didn't even know I was going to do this one. I just saw it on Amazon. I was like, I want to give one of those a try. And I decided this. I don't know what drew me to it. I thought there was going to be an evil eye. I was really disappointed in that. The evil eye is some kind of superstitious, like, protection thing that they really didn't go that much into. They showed it a couple of times, but, like, if you're going to call the thing an evil eye and that's what it's going to be about, I would have hoped that there was more about that. Like, I was kind of disappointed that they didn't really dive more into that superstitious beliefs and things. But whatever. It only had 90 minutes. It was pretty short. It was actually only an hour and 29 minutes. It wasn't terrible. Like I said, acting was great. The direction was pretty good. The writing was, for like a Lifetime movie, perfect. For Blumhouse, I was expecting a little better, I guess. I was expecting even different, like even Truth or Dare or Fantasy Island or Happy Death Day. They all kind of have that, like, Blumhouse feel. This didn't even feel like a Blumhouse movie, honestly. This felt like somebody who wanted to make a Blumhouse movie. Like somebody who never, like, didn't understand what makes a Blumhouse movie good. I have this feeling all the rest of them are going to be like this. I've been hearing sort of like that it was melodramatic and very Lifetime-like, and when I started watching, I'm like, yep, this is very Lifetime. Like, I see this, which is not a problem for Lifetime, but it is a problem for Blumhouse, in my opinion. So, anyway, if I were you and you're, in the mood and you're into Blumhouse and you just want to watch something that's going to, something mediocre, I guess, that's just gonna, is gonna interest you with the acting, I would watch this. If you're trying to get scared and you want something spooky for Halloween, don't watch this. This will not be for you. So, anywho, thank you guys for checking this out. Join me tomorrow and the next day. I think that's it. Tomorrow, the next day. Yep, I think that's it. Oh, it's almost done. 31 days. I can't believe it. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.